She declared, "I'm taking everything in the divorce. My lawyer's ruthless." With confidence. I said mine too. When she discovered her lawyer was my law school roommate who'd been feeding me information, Ruthless worked both ways. I, 38 male, am watching my soon-to-be ex-wife Natalie, 36, learn what happens when arrogance meets reality. She thought she held all the cards. Turns out she was playing poker while I was playing chess. 2 months ago, Natalie told me she wanted a divorce. No discussion, no counseling, just done. Her exact words, "I'm taking everything. The house, the investments, spousal support, my lawyer's ruthless. You should just accept whatever I offer." We'd been married 8 years, no kids, thankfully. I work in logistics management, she's in pharmaceutical sales. We both made decent money, me about 85K, her about 95K. The house was bought during our marriage, both names on the deed. Pretty standard middle-class situation. What wasn't standard was her confidence. She'd already hired Mitchell Graves from some boutique firm, dropped his name like he was some legal assassin. Mitchell says, "With my higher income and your financial irresponsibility, I'll get everything." Financial irresponsibility? Because I bought a motorcycle last year? With my own bonus money? Okay, I'll get my own lawyer, I said calmly. She actually laughed. Good luck affording anyone decent after Mitchell's done with you. Here's what Natalie didn't know. I'd already been consulting with an attorney. My buddy from college, Jerome, had recommended someone 2 weeks prior when I sensed things going south. Her name was Victoria Hendricks, and she happened to mention during our consultation that she knew Mitchell Graves. We were study partners in law school. He's aggressive but sloppy. Likes to intimidate more than litigate. When Natalie served me papers, I officially retained Victoria. That's when things got interesting. See, Natalie made a crucial mistake. She assumed I was passive because I didn't fight her during arguments. She assumed I was financially stupid because I didn't obsess over money like she did. And she assumed Mitchell Graves was some legal genius because he talked a big game. All wrong. Update 1. The entitlement started showing immediately. First, Natalie changed the locks on our house while I was at work. Came home to find my key didn't work and my stuff in boxes on the porch. In the rain. Victoria was thrilled when I told her. She did what? Without a court order? During an active divorce proceeding? Documented everything. Photos of my soaked belongings, the locksmith receipt she'd left carelessly in one of the boxes, even got the neighbor's security footage showing her and her sister laughing as they put my stuff outside. Victoria filed an emergency motion. Judge was not amused. Ordered immediate restoration of my access and warned Natalie about self-help eviction. But Natalie doubled down, started telling everyone I was abusive. That's why she changed the locks. Posted vague things on social media about surviving toxic relationships and protecting myself. I screenshot everything but didn't respond publicly. Victoria advised me to stay silent online, let her dig her own hole. Meanwhile, Mitchell sent over their initial settlement proposal. It was bold. Natalie gets the house, valued at $380K, we owed $200K. Natalie gets 70% of all investments, about $120K total. I pay her spouse support despite similar incomes. I keep my motorcycle and personal effects. The reasoning? A spreadsheet showing I'd spent $32,000 on unnecessary purchases during our marriage. Things like my motorcycle, $8K, golf clubs, $1,500, a gaming computer, $2,000. Weekend trips with friends. Normal purchases over 8 years, but presented like I was some shopping addict. Victoria laughed when she read it. He's reaching. This is actually good for us. How? Because I'm about to request full financial discovery, and Natalie's been very busy with her own spending. That's when Victoria mentioned something interesting. Mitchell had a reputation for taking cases on contingency when he smelled money, meaning he was banking on a big win to get paid. He probably promised her everything to get her business. Now he has to deliver or eat the costs. We responded with our own proposal. Clean 50-50 split, each keeps our own retirement accounts, sell the house and split proceeds. Standard. Fair. Mitchell's response was to file a motion claiming I was hiding assets. Based on what? Who knows? But that triggered full financial discovery both ways. And that's when I played my first card. Update 2 discovery was beautiful. See, Natalie had this interesting habit. She had a separate credit card she thought I didn't know about. She'd opened it 3 years ago, said it was for emergencies. I never pressed because we kept mostly separate finances anyway. But during discovery, all financial records come out, including that card. $28,000 balance. Charges including multiple spa weekends with her sister, $12,000 total. Designer bags and shoes, $8,000. And here's the kicker. $3,000 in charges at high-end restaurants and hotels during dates I wasn't on. Victoria was ecstatic. She's been claiming financial superiority while hiding massive debt and questionable spending. But wait, it gets better. Remember how she accused me of financial irresponsibility? Well, I'd been keeping something too. Not debt, though. I had a separate investment account I'd started before marriage and never commingled. Legal, clean, separate property. $45,000. I'd grown from an inheritance from my grandmother. Never mentioned it because it wasn't marital property. But Natalie assumed my silence about finances meant I had nothing. Mitchell was scrambling. His aggressive filing about hidden assets backfired when the only hidden assets were Natalie's debt and my completely legal separate property. Then came the depositions. Natalie's was a disaster. Victoria grilled her about the credit card charges, the hotel stays, the timing of certain purchases. Natalie kept claiming they were business expenses, but couldn't provide any documentation. These stays at the Grandview Hotel, always on Tuesday afternoons? Business meetings? Yes. With whom? Various pharmaceutical contacts. Names? I don't recall specifically. You don't recall who you had $3,000 worth of business meetings with? The court reporter later told Victoria it was the most uncomfortable deposition she'd recorded in years. My deposition? Mitchell tried to paint me as controlling and secretive about money, but every question backfired. You never told your wife about this inheritance account? Separate property from before marriage. My attorney advised it was unnecessary. You think hiding money from your spouse is appropriate? I think following legal advice about separate property is appropriate, unlike hiding marital debt. Mitchell actually objected to his own question's answer. The judge overseeing the deposition almost laughed. But the real bomb dropped when Victoria subpoenaed Natalie's work records. Those business meetings? Her company requires expense reports for reimbursement. She never filed any. Oh, and those Tuesday afternoon hotel stays matched up perfectly with days she'd called in sick to work. Update 3. This is where Natalie's entitlement reached peak delusion. After the disastrous depositions, any sane person would have accepted the 50-50 split. Not Natalie. She was convinced Mitchell could still destroy me in court. She started a campaign of what I can only call financial terrorism, canceled my phone plan, she'd been the account holder, removed me from our joint streaming services but kept charging them to my credit card. Had her mail forwarded to her sister's house but somehow also had my mail forwarded by accident. Each petty act documented, each one a violation of the standard order not to dissipate marital assets or harass the other party. But the crown jewel of her entitlement came when she tried to sell my motorcycle. I kept it in the garage, still had legal access thanks to the judge's order. Came by one Saturday to check on things and found a for sale sign on it. Listed on Marketplace for $5,000, worth $8,000. The interested buyer was there when I showed up. Hey, you hear about the bike? I own the bike. Lady inside said it was her ex's and she got it in the divorce. Divorce isn't final, she has no right to sell it. Showed him the registration in my name. He left immediately. Natalie came storming out. You just cost me a sale. You just committed attempted theft. Mitchell says marital property is. The bike's in my name only. Bought with my bonus, have the receipts, your lawyer should know better. She called Mitchell right there. Put him on speaker, probably thinking he'd intimidate me. Mr. Davidson, you're interfering with the liquidation of marital assets. Victoria happened to be with me. We were reviewing documents. She grabbed my phone. Mitchell? Victoria Hendricks, are you advising your client to sell property titled solely in my client's name without court authority? Long pause. Victoria, we were under the impression. You were under the impression you could intimidate my client. We're filing a motion for sanctions. attempted conversion of separate property, violation of the standing order, harassment. Shall I continue? He hung up. Natalie stood there, mouth open. Your lawyer knows Mitchell? Law school classmates, actually. The color drained from her face. Has she? What? Shared privileged information? Of course not. That would be unethical. Unlike, say, advising a client to steal property. That's when Natalie made her biggest mistake. She physically pushed me. Hard. I stumbled back. Victoria caught it all on her phone. That's assault, Victoria said calmly. Would you like to continue? Natalie ran inside and slammed the door. Final update. The trial never happened. After the motorcycle incident and assault, Mitchell knew he was cooked. He'd advised illegal actions, his client had committed assault on camera, and the financial discovery painted Natalie as a lying, cheating spouse with hidden debt. They requested mediation. But here's where it gets beautiful. Remember that contingency fee arrangement I suspected? Mitchell needed this case to end. He'd sunk too much time and resources into it. Every delay cost him more money. Victoria knew this, so she played hardball in mediation. Our new proposal: sell the house, split proceeds after paying off Natalie's hidden credit card debt from marital funds. Each keeps their retirement accounts. Each keeps their separate property, my inheritance account. Natalie pays my legal fees due to her bad faith conduct. Mitchell lost it. This is extortion. The mediator, a retired judge, looked at him over his glasses. Counselor, your client committed assault, attempted theft, and hid marital debt while claiming financial superiority. This seems generous. The final deal, house sold. After mortgage and hair debt paid, we each got about $45,000. Retirement accounts, separate. Mine had more because I started contributing earlier. My inheritance account, untouched. Legal fees, each pays their own. Mitchell probably ate $30 in fees. Spousal support, none, either way. But the best part came after signing. Natalie couldn't help herself. Had to have the last word. You know, Mitchell told me everything about you. Victoria shared your whole strategy with him. That's the only reason you got anything. Victoria and I exchanged glances. Then Victoria pulled out her phone, showed Natalie a text exchange with Mitchell from 3 months ago. Mitchell: Hey Vic, got a case against someone named Davidson. Know anything? I'm representing him. See you in court. Oh shit. Good luck. You too. You'll need it. That was their entire communication about the case. You see, Victoria explained to Natalie's shocked face, Mitchell and I know each other. He knows I don't bluff, he knows I document everything, and he knows I've beaten him 3 times before. He took your case for the money, promised you everything, and hoped I'd fold. When I didn't, he had no backup plan. Natalie turned to Mitchell, who was packing his briefcase. You said you could destroy him. I said I'd do my best. Your conduct made that impossible. My conduct? You told me to. I advised you of options. You chose your actions. He left. Actually left his client standing there. Natalie looked at me, tears starting. You planned this. No, Natalie, you planned this when you decided I was some pushover you could bulldoze. I just refused to be bulldozed. That was 6 weeks ago. The house sold last week. Got my check. Natalie's been posting about new beginnings and learning who real friends are. Apparently, her sister got tired of her staying there. Her secret credit card debt ate up most of her house proceeds. And those Tuesday afternoon hotel meetings? Yeah. That guy found out he was a married coworker, disappeared the moment she became single and broke. Me? I bought a small condo near work, still have my motorcycle. My inheritance account is growing nicely. And Victoria, we grab beer sometimes and laugh about Mitchell's face during that phone call. He still practices law, but word got around about him advising illegal conduct. His boutique firm quietly let him go. He's solo now, taking whatever cases he can get. Natalie kept texting for a while, alternating between asking for money and calling me names. Blocked her after documenting everything for the restraining order Victoria helped me file. The entitlement never ended, even after losing everything she tried to take. Last I heard from a mutual friend, she's telling people I had an affair with my lawyer, and that's how I stole everything from her. Victoria's married to a woman named Helen. They've been together 12 years, but sure, Natalie, whatever helps you sleep at night. Lessons learned. 1. When someone tells you they're going to destroy you, believe them and prepare accordingly. 2. Arrogance makes people sloppy. 3. The loudest person in the room rarely has the strongest position. 4. Document everything. 5. Good lawyers know the law. Great lawyers know other lawyers. Oh, and Mitchell? He texted me last week, asked if I wanted to sue Natalie for defamation about the affair claims. I declined. Some victories aren't worth pursuing. I already won everything that mattered.